this video, we're going to do a simple dash mechanic using Unreal's new input mapping. So to get started, what I want to do is open up my character. In this example, it's the some content, third person, blueprints. I have my third person character right here. Within this blueprint, I am going to add a new input for a dash. Currently, my character will run, they will jump, they'll move, but we want to add some sort of key that has our character dash. Now, in order to get that started, I'm going to go to my content drawer. I'm going to go to my third person folder, inputs, actions. I am going to make a new action in here. And I'm going to call it IA dash. I'm going to open it up. This action right here, we're going to leave it as a Boolean option or Boolean value type right here. All of this is actually pretty solid because we're just going to use it basically as the character presses a key, we dash. If you don't, nothing happens. Now, in order to use this, we need to map it. So I'm going to go to my IMC default right here, open up my mappings, and I'm going to add my dash I just made. And I'm going to give it a key. You know, the best way to do this is click the little keyboard right here, then you could select whatever key you would like in order to have that dash. I'm going to hit the E key. It's kind of close to my WASD movement right here. It'll work well for my dash. Once I have that set up, I am ready to go back to my character. I can right click and I can type in the word dash right here, and I will get that input action that I made earlier. And it's already set up within this map, so all I need to do now is start to set it up. If I, right here, look throughout these, if I go to my triggered and I type in print string, and I hit play right now, I'll move this over. When I hit E, you can see it's firing off a bunch of those hellos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to started right here. I'm going to hit E, and you can see I get one hello right here. So making sure that we're using the proper execution pin for this action. Sometimes you would maybe use this if you want to do like a whole dash to maybe gather some sort of value and then send the character off. But for us, we just want to have it happen once. Our next step is to set up our kind of like flow of our mechanic. We're going to do a do once right here. Eventually, we'll delete this print string, just kind of nice for debugging. Our do once is going to allow us to set how many times we want this dash to be able to happen, or a delay between dashes to kind of prevent this kind of spamming of the dash. What we then want to do is we're going to want to launch the character. Because we're on the character, we don't need to do get player character. The target's going to be the self. So I can do that right here. The tricky part with the launch and our dash right now is we want it always to be based off of where the character is pointing. So what we want to do is we want to get actor rotation. And then from there, we are going to get the forward vector. So we're going to get forward vector. This will allow us to always grab where that character is pointing as the forward location. Now, generally if I punch this into here, we might get a little bit of a dash right here. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the character is actually kind of jumping a little bit that first time. And actually it's never happening again because our do once isn't refiring. But the idea is after I dash, you can see it kind of moves the character. It's almost like a crouch right there. But we don't have enough velocity for that dash right here. So what we can do to this pin is we can multiply. We're going to connect this here instead. And we can multiply it by some determined value. Now, this right here, what we want to do is we actually want to make it into a float because we want to multiply it all just by a single value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to, we'll go to like 1,000 first right here. I'm going to hit play. And now I kind of slide forward. And again, it only happens once because I don't have that do once reactivating, but I can see I can kind of fly forwards a little bit right here. Now, for our character, what we also often want to do is we want them to actually kind of move up a little bit as well. So what we can do from here is we can actually get up vector of the character. And we can do a quick launch in the upwards direction. So I'm going to do a delay. Go like 0.02 right here. Probably even go smaller. 0.01. We can launch the character again. Right here, I'm going to multiply again. Change it to be a float. Connect it right here. Float, connect it right here. We'll do a little bit less for this one. We'll hit play. You kind of see I kind of move up a little bit when I do this now. Again, a lot of this will come to kind of feel and guess and check for your project. That's too much right there. It's almost more like a forward jump. So we'll go a little bit less, 200 right here. But the idea behind this is when I hit this dash button, the character one time is going to launch forwards and then up a little bit as well. Now what I need to do to clean this up is I need to add one more delay over here. And I'm going to set a 1 second delay that I am eventually going to send back to my do once over here. I'm going to work on cleaning this up. Add some connections. We'll go kind of low and out right here. Perfect. Cool. I'll give this a nice cue to straighten things up. I do not need this print string anymore, so I'm going to get rid of that. Go back to my started. Cool. So if I hit play now, and I hit the E key, I kind of go forwards and dash as a character. I can't spam this. I'm hitting E over and over again right now. It's only going to fire one time. It's always going to fire in the direction that the character is pointing. Now this really gives you an opportunity to make some cool challenges, some cool mechanics with like a jump dash for my character. All of this can be coupled with things like our particle emitters, a nice little particle that pops out the back when the character dashes. You may want to play a dash sound effect to this. We've had other students do like a progress bar showing how long you have to wait until you can dash again, or maybe you have like 3 consecutive dashes before you have that do once kick in and the character has to wait to dash again. All this can be used in your projects to create some different experience and some different feel.